So Kenny Clark and Devante Adams, also known as the Vikings fathers, because they son the Vikings every single time they play each other. Honestly, when I was going into think about game preview, I was looking at who's playing for the Packers, who's going to be there for the Vikings, and then I just get to those two names, and I'm like, God, if they're both there, this is going to be a long Sunday. Because Kenny Clark and Devante Adams have dominated the Minnesota Vikings in years past, mainly because the Vikings can't really handle them. The Vikings have not been able to handle those two because the Vikings just haven't been able to match up well. I think it could change, though. I think it could change this Sunday. Kenny Clark, he did miss last week with a back injury. I'm assuming he will go. It's been indicating that he will go, but you never know. You know, it's a back injury on a big D lineman. Who knows? But Kenny Clark, Devante Adams, how do we stop them? How do we make sure they don't just absolutely game wreck this game on Sunday? Let me know what you guys think down below. But anyways, let's get into this right now. All right, well, let's start off with big 097, Kenny Clark. You know what? The funny thing about Kenny Clark, he is probably one guy if I could take from the Packers and put on the Vikings. Like a guy I like, not like Rodgers or Devante Adams or anything, but guys I like. Kenny Clark, I think he would fit in so well with this Vikings team next to Michael Pierce and Tomlinson. But anyways, Kenny Clark, he's dominated the Vikings. And honestly, the main reason why I called him the father of the Vikings is because specifically he's Garrett Bradbury's father. Garrett Bradbury gets sunned by Kenny Clark every single time they play. And how do you combat this? And that's the thing about Kenny Clark and those big interior nose tackles. You know, you can double team them on runs and you can overreact like that. Or you could just attack the outsides like the Vikings have been doing. Run away from Kenny Clark. You know, Dalvin Cook, he's more... You know, I said this in the video on Monday, but he's better running diagonal and then that one jump cut into a dead-on sprint. That's Dalvin's game. Dalvin's not, he's waiting behind the line. He makes a couple moves, puts his head down for certain yards. Dalvin's a home run hitter, and he likes to get out to those diagonal runs because he is fast running diagonal. That jump cut he has, better than anyone in the league. So I would start running to the outside, but also, Vikings, go no huddle. He's a big dude coming off a neck injury or a back injury. Go no huddle a couple times. Pass the football. If you go no huddle and you're also passing the football and he's got to consistently pass rush, he may get in and get a pressure on the first couple, but eventually he'll get tired. He'll get tired as the game goes on. So I know this is an elite breaking analysis is tiring Kenny Clark out, but I think it could actually work. I think, going no huddle, running away from him in run plays, but also you're going to have to give him attention. I don't want this to ever be like, where I look up and Cousins gets sacked on the 3rd and 7, and I'm wondering what happened, and Kenny Clark's laying on top of him, and I see he was left alone one-on-one with Garrett Bradbury, Mason Cole, whoever may be starting at center, and then that's where I'm going to get frustrated. But anyways, Kenny Clark, he's a game wrecker for the Vikings. He's always been. That interior pressure, especially with Kirk Cousins, he doesn't deal with that well. But the main reason why I made this video is because of 17 Devante Adams. He kills the Vikings. And for just taking week 1 last year, he started off with a bang. He had 14 receptions for 156 yards and 2 touchdowns. That is just domination. And then if you look at the year before that, 2019, 7 catches, 106 yards, no touchdowns. 13 catches, 116 yards. The thing about Devante Adams, about the Vikings, they always make it look so easy for him. Like whenever I'm watching the Vikings going against Devante Adams, you're always thinking like, okay, the Vikings are going to try to take him away no matter what. It may be on the Vikings or maybe a combination of the Packers being really good at getting him the football, but it is so easy for Green Bay to get Devante Adams the football, even when teams are trying to take it away. However, Patrick Peterson is coming back. I don't know if they will completely shadow Pat Pete on Devante Adams right away. He's coming off an injury. He's coming off the IR. So I don't know if that's going to be their game plan. But you give him attention. I don't know what you got planned up, Zimmer. What are you getting in your lab in your ranch or wherever the hell you may be? He's probably still in Minnesota. But what is your plan? Are you going to bracket Devante Adams the whole game? Because we cannot look up on the first drive if Packers go 75 yards and it's Devante Adams had 40 of them and a touchdown. That just can't be the case because the Packers are also coming in with A.J. Dillon in that running game. So if you let Devante get off and then you let Aaron start getting to that connection where he's smirking and everything, then the other receivers get going, then the A.J. Dillon run game gets going, it could be a long day. Devante Adams, he is the one dude I think I fear the most in the NFL. When it just comes to non-quarterbacks, just one player playing the Vikings, I think it's Devante Adams. So just anyone but those two. Anyone but Devante Adams catching the football. I don't care what it takes. There's no Tonyan there. Get it to Randall Cobb for 10 catches. Devante Adams, he cannot be the reason the Vikings lose this game. Neither can Kenny Clark. Kenny Clark is almost, I feel like Kenny Clark's harder to scheme against because he's in an interior D-line, and if he just dominates whoever he's going against, he will just dominate. So you're going to have to watch out for Kenny Clark because that's going to be a huge problem with interior pressure. But Devante Adams, please, for the love of God, please don't let him get 100 yards. I will be so happy if we hold Devante Adams to under 100 yards. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. I think these two are the two biggest game wreckers going into Sunday. These are the two guys, the Vikings. They can't beat us. Just those two can't beat us. Anybody else beat us except for those two. Let me know what you guys think down below. Skol Vikes.